That's one pill I ain't never gonna swallow. There's only one way this ends. Me running off you on the porch crying, girl, don't guess I can blame you.
From the second largest city in the U.S., Los Angeles, California, we've got football as EA Sports coverage of the NFL is on the air. Straight ahead, we've got a pretty good one on tap here, as it'll be the Baltimore Ravens taking on the Los Angeles Rams. And off we go from SoFi Stadium. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. 25-yard line. First run now for Kyron Williams. That's to about the 28. Second down coming up.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he's trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
He gets this to Devontae Adams. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. That one a gain of 20 and a first down.
First and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Now we give up the middle to Williams. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's second and 11.
Sometimes you get all those big guys down there in one spot, and there's just nowhere to go. And in this case, the defensive tackle used his strength and swallowed him up.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on second down and 11. Now he's going to step up and run. And the pressure gets to him and brings him down. Stafford is sacked. The veteran Kyle Van Noy in there to drop him.
I thought there at the end he may have had a chance to release that, but that pocket closed a little too quickly and down he went.
Yeah, he was certainly trying to do everything he could to extend the life of the play, probably counting in his head 1, 2, and then he ran out of time.
Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. They'll set up the screen. This is Williams. And they do get this across midfield to the 49, but a small consolation prize as he's well short of the first.
It's fourth down.
They snap it to Stafford. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. No luck for the Rams as they fail here on fourth down. And on the opening drive of the afternoon, the defense forces a turnover on downs. Jackson and the Ravens come up now first and 10, just shy of midfield at the 49. They'll try and start this drive in the air. That's complete. It's Rashad Bateman. They'll get it inside the 20. And all the way in for the Ravens touchdown. Rashad Bateman, 50 yards. And
wow,
the Ravens are on the board first on the road here in LA.
That nigga hit him back up. That's wild. That's wild.
Extra point splits the uprights, and it's now a 7-0 game. Now after the touchdown, Luke back out to kick this one away. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23.
At their own 23-yard line.
The Los Angeles offense set to begin their next drive. And a drive that stalled out last time. Went for it on fourth, didn't get it. How does that translate here? I would imagine momentum's with the defense.
Definitely with the defense, because anytime anyone goes for it You can't stop us. We don't think that you can. And when you actually do, that may put a little dent in the confidence of the offense. The next time they hit the field.
Yeah, we'll see if they can bring that pride, the offense, this go-around. From the 28, it's 2nd and 5. Stafford now to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
They're bringing a lot of pressure here already in the first quarter. Already sacked him once. Now they get in there and knock another one away. I think maybe that Tucker rule being gone makes defenses a lot bolder.
Yes, indeed. That time, lucky that the arm was going forward. Incomplete pass. From the gun on 3rd down, Stafford. Oh, he's got a little daylight. Down the right sideline. Inside the 10. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. To Atwell. 71 yards. And the Rams are an extra point away from evening this one up. Stafford and that Rams offense, they're going to stay out there and go for 2.
The Rams will line up for the
they'll look to throw. And it's caught. He's got it. So they go for 2. They convert, and along with it, they'll take an 8-7 lead. The Rams kickoff team on the field, and here we go with the ball in the air. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one. Certainly no settling into the drive there. They came right out on the first play and attacked the middle of the field for a big gainer and a first down.
Jackson from the shotgun. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. The quick feet by Jackson. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Able to make something out of nothing there. 17 yards and a first down.
That's the first time he's called his own number, but he's got to be overjoyed with the results. He wasn't just going to settle for a modest gain. To me, he was determined to come through with a big message to a defense that slept on him in the pocket.
Now it's Jackson. And that's going to be knocked away and incomplete. And with it, time has expired on the first quarter. A tight one, 8-7 our score after one on EA Sports. Here's Jackson. A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. To throw is Jackson. That one into the hands of Flowers. And he does not get to the first down marker as they stop him at the 19. So 8 yards on the completion there. And that's going to make it 4th down. Here's Jackson to throw. He'll try to do it himself. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. John Harbaugh not afraid to go for it this time. Doesn't work out. And it'll be a turnover on downs. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles' defense. They were very frustrated after getting up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Up the middle, it's Williams. And he'll get this out to about the 40. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pivot.
And the pressure gets to him and brings him down. Stafford is sacked. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Two minutes even in what's been a tight first half. 8-7, our score. So a tough situation to overcome here. 3rd and 17. Stafford. Trying to get it to Adams, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Trenton Simpson. And what a return as he brings this one all the way back to the 25-yard line.
And I think this is a situation where quarterback coach on the sideline is going to talk to a signal caller and say, listen, it's 3rd and long and it's still early in the game. Let's not force things here. If we don't feel good about it, let's just check something down and pump the football.
After the interception, here's Jackson. Now he'll tuck this and run. And a big loss here as he's taken down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack. Now this one from about 2 counties over after the sack. They come up on a 2nd and very long. Now Jackson. That's complete to his receiver, Bateman. A big game there after going backwards, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. But he's turning in a nice performance. Remember, he had the touchdown earlier, and this time he's able to beat double coverage to grab it.
I think that if he weren't worried about a taunting penalty, he'd run by the opposing team's bench and say, guys, 2's not going to be enough. You better get some more guys trying to cover me. He knows how to get open downfield.
They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
And that could be one of those turning point plays in a ball game. A field goal gets you the lead here, but they want to make a statement and get 6 points. And they're certainly going to get that opportunity as they get the conversion and set up 1st and goal.
Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
That's a pretty play there. Got in at the last second, helped force the ball free, and kept them out of the end zone.
They'll go again from the 3 here on 2nd and goal. Jackson will throw again. Now he's going to step up and run. And they're into the end zone, but it's not verified yet. Hold on, there is a flag down. So reverse the celebration. We'll see if they have something else in their bag of tricks.
And isn't that always tough to watch when they score and you see the excitement, and then when they realize those points aren't going to count? Can they get it back together and find their way back to the end zone?
And that'll be taken in by Andrews for a Ravens touchdown.
Touchdown, Baltimore.
A great effort there as the first half is winding down. And the Ravens have taken the lead here in the final stages of this first half. John Harbaugh thought about it, and now his guys are going to go for the two-point conversion.
The Ravens will line up.
Jackson here is going to look to throw. And he will find the end zone here, and the lead moves up to 7. And with a successful two-point try, the QB rolling out, I would imagine on the defense that makes it tough. When he goes out, he's got the option to run or pass.
Yeah, it really does. If you decide not to bring extra people or extra pressure, maybe you have to have a spy on the quarterback, someone to account for him, because oftentimes that is the unaccounted for player.
First and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27. And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the second quarter. The final shot before the break. Stanford looking deep for Adams. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Picked off by Malachi Starks. And the Ravens are going to get the football back as time will run out in this third quarter of play. The Ravens ready to receive it, and they've got the lead as well as we resume play in the second half. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it.
Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. And they'll take over inside the 45 at the 44-yard line. Not the way you envision things to start out the third quarter. One play and already a turnover.
It's interesting. You and I were talking with the coach, and he talked about how at halftime, as a play caller, he wanted to make sure he got a new script going for the second half, not just the one that he operated off of to start the game.
On Stafford for the third time is intercepted. Picked off by Trenton Simpson. And the Ravens will take over here just shy of the 30. And their defense got him the football with an interception. They trot out there, Charles, in the very first play. They give the football right back.
Brand, I almost expect you coming like an auctioneer. We got two. Do I hear 3? Remember, it was 2 in a row. Would we hit 3 in a row? Because these offenses, they got to be a little bit more careful as they go forward. These defenders, they're locked in and really focused.
On the throw, let him too much that time. It's incomplete. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the third quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly at the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
From the gun, Jackson. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. A throw on the run, but that's going to be incomplete.
Well, so far in this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure, or do they play coverage on this down?
Throwing is Jackson. as he throws there, incomplete. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part to get them the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football, and now zapped right back in the other direction. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And the Rams get the football in outstanding field position. They'll try to get this running game going with Williams. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5.
Well, they did throw interceptions on their last 2 drives, so no surprise at all they decided to start it with a running play. I'm actually a little bit surprised, though, that they got as much out as they did.
Yeah, decent little game. Puts them in a pretty good spot for second down. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves them with 1 yard to go on third down.
That's a gain of 4.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secure before they slide off, and try and chip someone at the second level.
Calling no gain that time, and they're going to be left looking up at a 4th and 1. Decision made for Sean McVay. They're going to go for it. Here we go on 4th. Stanford. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Just a gain of 3, but they'll certainly take it as they convert on 4th down.
The field goal attempt was well in hand. They had that, but they decided to go for it anyway. Extreme confidence, it looks like.
Yeah, but I bet the defense is going to remember this one, right? They kind of rubbed their nose in it. Now a first down carry. It's Williams. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. Kyron Williams from 17 yards out. And the Rams are an extra point away from drawing level. That almost looked too easy, and I think thanks goes to the offensive line for making it look easy.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one. I'm not sure how much everyone understands the preparations that go into a game for an offensive line, because there's a reason that running backs and quarterbacks give them big gifts at the end of the season after a big year. The consistency and the continuity it takes to know each other and execute their blocks is pretty impressive.
The Rams kickoff team on the field, and here we go with the ball in the air. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
At their own 22-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
Charles, we know that this offense is aggressive. We saw that last drive. They went for it on 4th down, didn't get it. Then they give up the touchdown, so now you feel like they really need to respond here.
They certainly do, but let's face it, sometimes when you take that risk, you understand if you fail, a little more onus goes back on your ball club to try and pick themselves back up.
A third quarter now, a 1-point game as they line up 2nd and 10.
Jackson. That'll be caught by the big tight end, Andrews. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a first down. In motion, the tight end. Off the play fake. Here's Jackson. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down.
Byron Young, the one who got in and finished that play off.
Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Jackson. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up 3rd down.
When you run in the slant, timing is everything. And against that man coverage, there was no space available. An incompletion as a result.
Jackson now. Trying to force it to Hopkins, and it's intercepted.
He's on his way.
And he will bring it back. It's an interception return for a Rams touchdown.
An excellent play there, CD, on the pick six. And I think were they a nickel? Did they have an extra DB out there?
Yeah, Brandon, I think they were in standard nickel, not the Buffalo, as teams like to call it, meaning 3 safeties for big nickel. They just wanted to take away the quarterback's throwing lanes, and that's exactly what they did, and came through with a big-time pick six.
The defense more than did its job. Now the offense is summoned onto the field as they'll go for 2.
The Rams will line up for the 2-point
After the interception, here's Stafford. And he's got it. So the try for 2 successful, and that bumps their lead up even further. 3 quarters in the books. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Back now in Los Angeles, where the 4th quarter will begin with a kickoff following the score on the final play of the 3rd quarter. The Rams kickoff team on the field, and here we go with the ball in the air.
And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going.
We'll see if they can band back together after the pick six. It hurt badly, but still within striking distance. A 2-score game with a good chunk of time on the clock.
They'll get 3 yards on the scramble there at 2nd down.
Brandon, once that one broke down, there were only so many options left for him to take. Fortunately, only 1st down, so he smartly got the yardage he could get and didn't worry about trying to turn it into a bigger play and end up taking a bigger loss. Here, they hope they can regroup and get something different going here on 2nd down.
Jackson going to keep it. They throws it on the move, but can't connect as that falls incomplete.
But I think he's got to be careful as he continues to try to extend plays because he's already been intercepted in this game. And the coverage, they continue to challenge all of his receivers downfield.
Now it's Jackson.
They're looking deep here for Flowers.
And unable to connect, incomplete. I'll give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
And they're at the point of the ball game now where they've got to take some chances. They've got to put the ball in the air and just see what happens. But this defense knows that all too well.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. Here we go. It's Jackson on 4th down. And it's going to be batted down. And we'll go the other way with a football. The Ravens go for it, but come up empty. And that will force a turnover on downs.
Let's go. Live on YouTube, 38th Bam Spam. Y'all know my defense immaculate, man. He had no chance.
From the gun, it's a run for Williams.
And he's able to motor his way down to the 16-yard line. 44 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 16-yard line.
22.
They'll fake the give. Now Stafford. Throw left side complete. That's Williams. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play. And it's 2nd down.
At the Ravens' 9-yard line.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports.
Second and 3 from the 9.
Now a handoff. Here's Williams. And he's going to take this Williams touchdown.
Live on YouTube, 38TH Bam Spam. All one word. 38
And
Bams
the Rams have extended their lead to 15 now here in the fourth. Stafford and that Rams offense, they're going to stay out there and go for two.
The Rams,
They'll try and throw for it. And this one's caught. And their fourth quarter lead grows by a couple more.
That makes the score Rams 32, Ravens 15.
I just had to get warmed up, get my defense warmed up and shit.
The Rams kickoff team on the field, and here we go with the ball in the air.
And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. But probably not much that they can do at this point, CD. Down 3 scores late in the fourth quarter. This is going to be a little too much to overcome, you would think.
Yeah, they'll go down swinging, but in the end, I think we saw the writing on the wall a while back because one team was clearly better than the other in this one. And while it didn't quite reach blowout status, I think we knew who was going to win this one well before we got to this stage.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Jackson. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down.
It hasn't been the cleanest game for him, but there was a sign of improvement as he looks towards the next one. Nice bit of scrambling to move the sticks, and even more importantly, he didn't risk adding another interception to his ledger.
Back to throw now on first down. Jackson going to keep it. Looking left side, and he's got him in. That's Henry. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47.
Oh, that shit over with. I done figured out your offense. You do the same fucking plays.
From the gun, it's Jackson.
See? Same plays.
And this is going to be
I'm over here. I'm everywhere. You ain't going nowhere.
And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Rams' 34-yard line.
And those are the types of plays they probably wish they had made more of in the first 3 quarters. And this deficit going to be tough to overcome here in the fourth. But a nice first down and a pickup on that throw.
Yeah, and this is where as coaches, you're looking for effort and execution even though the scoreboard is going against you. You want to find out who's going to fight, who's going to scrap, who's going to keep their heads up and continue to play.
Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying
Yarn.
they control this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as you should on other throws.
Well, somebody lit a fire under that offense during the break, Charles. Remember, they trailed at intermission. They come out, they have the big second half, and that lifts them to the victory.
And Brandon, trailing at halftime, we always talk about teams making adjustments. You know what the best adjustments usually are? It's just executing better. Because the game plan you put in place at the beginning of the week often still holds. You don't have to make wholesale changes. You just have to do it a little bit better, a little cleaner. And they did that in the second half, and that led them to victory.
And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.